we return to Aethergarde, where previously we saw your little band of lower city miscreants, performers, doctors, undead and fae, and robots. Truly a strange set of friends. Attempt a heist at Aldous Manor, undercover at the manor owner's, Nathaniel Aldous' birthday party, in which many interesting things happened. Maximilian finally got to pull off a big performance, drawing the crowd out to the courtyard, making the mansion more maneuverable, as well as spreading his name throughout the city with some death-defying tricks, including teleporting or really turning invisible Dare so he could help with the heist.
What are you talking about? The doctor was on stage the whole time.
Whole time he was just a rabbit.
Yeah, just got a little fuzzy and had a cute little cottontail.
He's just a rabbit. Yeah. And while that was going on, Car 10 and oh my goodness, who else? It was you, James. The two of you snuck in through the rooftops.
Oh, Phil and Car 10, yeah.
Yeah, Phil and Car 10.
We had a lot of fun. We knocked out a few guys. We had to retreat. We used some flashback scenes to make sure we could get into some rooms. And then we were foiled by a door to the study, or like some kind of vault study thing.
We were casually foiled by our inability to actually infiltrate.
We almost got roasted by a door, quite literally.
Yeah. And almost dragon breathed you.
Thank God Phil was there to tell Car.
Greatest enemy.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Phil a little rusty on the old action sequences. Did not roll great a couple times. That's okay.
Car a little bit narcissistic. Thought he was going to just pull it off. Yeah.
And at one point we met up with Marie, who was also invisible. She interacted with like everybody.
She saved us.
Yeah, she did. Oh, that's right. She did save us. Right. But then eventually we were seen.
She's definitely a scrapper. You were eventually seen. Really good.
Yeah, we had a nice interaction where we used some shadows to interact with also V, which V made the mistake of trying to pull a pistol, right?
Well, that all happened after V's little adventure into the cellar.
Into the basement, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't make the mistake of pulling a pistol. The guy pulled a pistol on me, and I took it from him.
True. I mean, V is definitely a beast. Only V could have survived in that moment.
Yeah,
V, what did you see while you were down there? Nathaniel offered to pay you some extra money to be kind of like a personal bodyguard.
He did, and I saw him essentially giving a bribe to the council person for this district that we're in. It was something that was really hard to find, but I'm drawing a blank on what exactly they traded.
Anybody else remember?
Shit, I remember what Phil knows it as.
It's the Fey Iron stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or not Fey Iron.
It's called
from the Fey.
Glacium or Glasmere?
Glacium?
Yeah, Glashmere though. That's what I know it as.
Fairy would know it as.
And I've seen it, and it's for like particularly powerful magecraft and magical effects, magical enchantments, and type.
Yep.
And never in that big of a quantity.
Yeah, it was in a huge quantity. Wasn't it mostly considered, like, not very valuable in our world? Like, most people didn't really know what to do with it?
It's valuable in the sense that it's like a difficult resource to find, but people don't really know what to do with it. So it's not used for like anything particularly important.
Gotcha. So it's more like a collector will pay for it.
Most people don't even manage to like shape it because they don't know how. Like they've tried like what would be the standards of today's types of like forgery and stuff, and they haven't been able to. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's because as you guys learned from Phil, it's shaped by magical forges, like magical artificers shape it with their magic. They don't use like other raw materials to shape it.
Right. Yeah, he gave a bunch of that to the councilman and told him to remember their deal and that they trusted things would go favorably for him on, I think, the upcoming votes. And then we went back upstairs where we ran into...
Remember who he was trading with?
I don't remember his name, but I remember it was the councilman of our district.
Bethel Hill, yeah, I can't remember his name either.
What was his name, Chris? Chambliss. Okay. Councilman Chambliss of Bethel Hill. Yeah, and then we went back upstairs and...
Really quick, while this was all happening, Dare thought that he would find you upstairs somewhere. So he had snuck up the stairs and ended up in the library. And Dare, what did you find in the library?
I found another dead guy. See if I wrote down the name. Abner Crane, says it. The ghost.
Yes.
Yeah, I messed
an undead serpent, if you will.
Abner Crane.
Exactly.
And just a couple dead guys having a chat in a library.
Yeah, really.
He's got a lot of dead guys.
Found out that there was a couple journals that might pertain to the information we were seeking. So when I started hearing stuff going down, I just grabbed them, turned into a bat, and flew out of there. After speaking with Abner a little bit. But then we did find out that the journals had essentially something akin to like a silent alarm to let them know something was taken, if not these specifically were taken out of the library.
It had a trigger, so if texts were removed from the library, then Aldous would know.
Yeah. I think it was unclear on if he knows exactly what books were taken. Or
yes, you're not sure if he knows the exact book that was taken, or just knows something was taken.
Or just knows that something was taken.
But so yeah, once you took those out, you turned into a bat.
Yeah.
And you flew out, and that's when all the craziness happened. We fought Aldous outside.
Really quick, as the bat was flying out, as all of this was happening, Maximilian's show had ended, and as he was exploring the garden, he discovered that Oliver the Omnipotent had been retained in case his performance was not going well. And from that sprung a little spellcraft battle between dueling magicians, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Rather rude of them to hire Oliver just to sit around and watch my performance all evening.
Yeah, he could have carried some heavy stuff for you at least.
I'm sure Oliver was not thrilled about that either.
And
that sounds like a him problem. I'd be thrilled if somebody paid me to go see a show.
Out of all the phases of the heist, I feel like Jesse did the best job of having his go off without a hitch, because if I remember correctly, he pretty much just beat his butt.
Well done,
Maximilian is a consummate professional.
Yeah, okay.
Literally, yeah.
So modest.
You were open to closed. You got everything through. Like, little hiccup of finding Oliver and having to fight, doesn't matter. The rest of us are, like, fumbling at the one over here.
Creating smoke clouds.
Hey, I was doing pretty good until we ran into Phil and Car10 upstairs.
Yeah, you actually ran into them, like, kind of upstairs as they were diving down to the bottom floor.
We just carried the toxic, apparently, throughout the group. That was well presented and just totally diverting us into doing something that...
Either elegantly or haphazardly, all of you recruited, piling into the magical cart as a couple of Nathaniel Aldis's carriages and guards tried to chase you back through the city, in which you used the terrain and the magical cart's various stations to your advantage to separate yourselves from them. I think you crashed them in an alley. But in the process of that, there were certain losses taken. A direct shot to Car10's chest blew it open and knocked him unconscious. And when V attempted to fire Aldous' stolen pistol, it recognized that he was not Aldous, and it blew up his hand and forearm. Either way, despite the wounds, all of you were able to crawl back home, where you will hopefully rest, enjoy the magic of the solstice that will last, the 4 days or so of darkness that sets over this part of the world as the two moons line up on either side of the sun. Learn more from what you took, and maybe fix a hand, you know? Who knows?
That would be cool.
And as I reminded some others earlier, there is also that riddle hanging out there that none of you have solved yet. Either way, we're going to begin our story after essentially everyone has been able to take whatever their equivalent of a long rest would be.
We had a stinger, though.
Oh, yes, I apologize. There was
we did have a stinger.
The lost arm of V strangled a guy in an alley.
Yep.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that was...
Definitely won't become a problem in the future.
No, totally fine.
Nah.
You know, Josh, I didn't intentionally make your character's backstory anime, but it's become very anime, and I hope you're enjoying that.
He started.
I am. I have no issues with it.
We're gonna pick up. All of you would have a chance to check the rules, take a long rest for your character, choose an activity, and all that. Some of you will have time to think about that. Josh, you'll have time for a roll. But first, I need V and Dare to focus on kind of our opening scene. It's a few hours after that rest. Most everyone is still at the house, at the manor, or about if they have some things they wanted to get done right away. You know, all of you are meeting back there to discuss things soon. But because of V's more immediate needs, because of his injury, the two of you are standing together in the dark, a soft rain and a slight shimmering glint from the sun behind the passing moon shining down from the foggy clouds above, in a graveyard. In front of you, one of the fresh graves you've identified in the graveyard says, Esmeralda Platt, white wife, mother, consummate professional. There are some other fresh graves around. You do need to find a fresh grave and get the body parts required to repair his arm. And that is where we will begin our session. You know what? Actually, because you're here, and we waited for you, and you are also in this scene. Because they might need extra help digging holes. And
sure.
They probably felt like you were the next. You were the next least squeamish person for this job, so you were with them.
The most sociopathic one of their group, yes.
So you've identified 4 other graves. Dara, you believe are fresh enough, but you haven't checked them yet. Like, you haven't checked the tombstones yet.
B, this one has fingernails. Would you like fingernails?
I mean, they're just gonna die and fall off anyway at some point, I think.
I don't think we should clap the arms based on fingernails?
I do like the coloration of this pattern.
Well, I'll check dates and then we can start digging.
Maybe we can get some extra arms too.
Well,
we talked about giving me the 4 arms, and that would be really cool.
It's not a bad idea in case one does not work.
Or I blow one off again. I got 2 backups.
Well, I don't know that I could store them indefinitely. You would have to come back.
I just mean like.
V,
we should try attaching them.
You could always attach a construct arm, and then you would not have to worry about it decaying.
I don't think I'm compatible with that.
That is unfortunate.
I think we're different technologies.
He picks up an arm and tosses it out of the grave into somewhere else.
It's fresh enough. It's fairly thin and unmuscular with dainty fingers and elegantly painted long fingernails.
Well, it is fresh enough. You would have to bulk this up though.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it would work very well.
Well, let's see what else we can find. Have this one just in case.
Are there any male recent dead bodies?
The next tombstone you check has the name Quentin Watson on it, and it has no epithet or anything carved into it. It looks like a fairly simple tombstone that was probably very little money was put into paying for it. But it does appear to be a fresh enough grave to take a body part from.
Let's try this one.
The two of you dig out the grave. You find a cheap, long box that you're easily able to pry open. This guy's pretty big and stout. He looks like he was probably a dock worker. You notice that they have a sack over his head, which probably means it's heavily disfigured and the reason why he died.
B, are you sure you would not like a mustache?
Not. I mean, the hair I already have doesn't really. It's not really alive.
Yeah, Car's small frame is leaped down onto after V has done the bulk of the work to dig it out, and he's fishing around on the body. Is there anything else on his person other than him?
Body parts.
They barely even put clothes on this guy. He was probably fairly big and strong though.
I will snap a silver forearm blade out and take it off at the shoulder so that they have all they need.
V will be less gentle and he'll just take out a butcher's cleaver and start chopping at the shoulder on the other side.
V, that is the wrong arm. He hands him the correct arm.
Extra arm. Keeps chopping.
Yeah, you can chop 2 healthy arms off of him. When you get the arms, Dare, these pass inspection. 2 very useful arms.
These should work. I did spot another couple more if we want to look, but these ones would be sufficient, I think. Lest we get caught out here.
Let's check one more. See if it's another guy.
The next one is Officer John Shepard, and it has his constable's rankings and history on as the epithet.
And a cop's probably in pretty good shape, right?
I agree, V.
What kind? He could have been a desk worker.
That would be disappointing.
Well,
Does
the
he
higher
look like
the
a-
rank, the more likely that is, I think.
The rank's pretty high.
Well, no harm in looking. You won't mind.
You start to dig up the third grave. This box is considerably higher to pry open because it's a much higher quality. It has some like mechanisms and stuff on it that are supposed to prevent standard grave robbing, but because V is so strong, he's able to ultimately just tear the top back. This is a fat cop.
I was afraid of that.
If you didn't have a sweet tooth before.
Why does this new personality make me love donuts so much?
His family apparently had significant funds.
Why do I oink whenever I sneeze?
This guy might be too big. He doesn't really... He's like much bigger than my other arms, right?
There appears to be a Danish in this.
His arms are not as impressive as the arms you harvested off the Dark Worker. Dari, as you see them trying to decide what to do, you see in the distance, closer to the buildings on the other side, it looks like there's a figure leaving one of the small buildings, holding up a lantern, and starting to walk out through the tombstones into your guys' direction.
Ka, do you see that?
I do. Immediately.
If you could knock that person out, that would be wonderful. We need to close up these graves.
Who's out there? Grave robbers!
Car, will start leaping across, the...
R leaps out, and you see him disappear into the darkness, and you see the guy, and then you see the lantern just, fall away into the ground, and just the guy and the lantern disappear into the darkness.
V, would you like this man's arm?
He's alive.
No, he's still alive.
He will stay that way. Just leave him resting on one of the tombstones.
The car's eyes dim, and he drops the man.
What am I if I am not killer? You gonna start covering graves up? Okay. Working together, you guys cover up some graves. It's getting closer to the time that the people that need more time to rest were going to be ready to meet. Is there anything else you guys want to do at the graveyard, or would you like to leave with your harvested arms?
I really want to get one more arm, guys. I have enough points to buy both arms.
Well, V,
we just need an extra one.
Well, we have 3 right
Has
now.
Dari done any construction on me, or am I still damaged as hell?
You still need work too.
V, I will help you gain an arm, though I do need work from Dari.
I guess we can come back tomorrow. Maybe a different graveyard.
I will help you tomorrow.
Max, Phil, the two of you are sitting, having recently stopped your kind of more personal rest time with cups of tea on the porch of the manor house, looking out over the glints of the stars, the extra shine they seem to have from the glint off the ring of the sun during the solstice. Some people say it's like an astronomical effect, and other people say it's like an etheric effect that has to do with magic that creates that. But you're kind of observing the scene, and you can see out in Bethel Hill, the streets are starting to come alive, and stands have been set. And this street fair, it's not just 2 blocks, it's the whole district comes alive the next 4 days in the dark and lives this other life until the solstice is complete.
A bit eerie, isn't it?
One could say eerie, yes. One could also just say charged with excitement.
Yes, well, I, for one, shall stay indoors as much as possible and leave all the excitement for you, my friend.
Oh, but the energy is not unlike what you might find back in my home. I would figure someone with your natural curiosities would want to look into this. Who knows what we could find? I would love to go.
Well, perhaps I could make time for a short jaunt outside.
You should come with me. Sometimes if you are a musician, you are asked to play with other musicians playing in the streets. Maybe the same could be for a magic show. Maybe you could go make some money.
Well, perhaps. I'm afraid my line of work is more of a solo profession. Us magicians prefer to keep our secrets, you know.
Keeping a secret is lots of stress.
Yes, well, we seem to live for it.
Yes.
Down near the entry gate, you guys can hear a gruff voice, probably belongs to Bertrand, the leader of the security team, say, "Oh, now even for me, that's disgusting." And you can see V with his one good arm pushing back the gate as Cartin and Daria are walking in behind him. And it looks like Cartin is pushing a wheelbarrow. It's got like a sackcloth kind of like patch with like a couple hands hanging out of it. You do technically have 3 arms right now because you have the woman's arm.
I wonder if they thought to take the whole body with them, or they left the rest of the body back in the grave. More questions if they did the latter.
Well, either way, it's perfect timing. I just finished my breakfast.
I wish I had eaten. I would have offered Max coffee instead of like one of my handmade coffees instead of tea. But
Cart's still trying to sell V on.
You would have made coffees for the day.
I've been doing that wrong. I can make as many creations as I want up to my wisdom every day, so like different ones. Well, I should be making 4 different ones every day, quite honestly.
You should, but you can only one of them you can do the split.
Yes. Yeah. I'd have to hand out the others, but I suppose I will go and watch the doctor at his work. I am fascinated by what V is and could be.
As much as I love to watch the doctor's reverse autopsies, I'm afraid I have far too much research to do to attend, but you enjoy on my behalf.
Well, my good friend, my new friend, I should say, if you mean to go anywhere in the city, I am always up for an adventure if you need a traveling companion, after you have done your research.
Well, it is quite likely that I will need to pick up some reagents and other supplies at some point, so I will certainly appreciate the company.
Absolutely. Yeah, out of character, he just is like, if you gotta go anywhere for the Eatable stuff, you don't want somebody to go that will not ask too many questions. That is Phil.
Matt?
Yes.
Quick question. The damage to the cart, is that something that the staff at the manor could repair, or are we going to have to find someone to fix that?
Dari would probably have to fix it, right?
Dari's probably the best person to fix it, but like it would probably be like he'd probably be like directing people.
Okay, cool.
How damaged is the cart?
Well, one of the hits tore a hole in the side or something, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty beat up right now, but that's probably something that Dari's been planning on working on.
No one activated the armor spell.
No. In fact, activated the invisibility one, though.
We did.
That did come in handy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta remind people in character, you gotta be like, hey, hit the button. Hit the big red button. Yeah. All right.
Max was a little busy.
They're pushing the wheelbarrow around back to go through the back entrance into the secret lab because you don't want to bring parts of corpses through the main hall and dirty it up. You know? So, Phil, are you following them because you want to see what's going to happen?
Yes. Yeah. I just casually appear as you guys are like going to where you're about to perform whatever you're doing.
The revertostopy.
You watch Phil head around the corner, Max, and you see the front door open, and you see Professor Quirrell poke his head out and say, "All right, I've laid out everything on the long table, and there's crumpets. Are you ready to get started?"
Excellent. Yes, I believe I have recovered sufficiently. Let us be about our work.
And you head into the dining hall with him. Or you guys could do it in the library. I feel like the Grand Library is pretty fitting. We'll say it's in the library.
Yeah, that sounds right.
As you enter the Grand Library behind him, you see he's got some of like a big pot of Phil's like coffee out, and he's already poured himself some, and he starts poring over the notes with you. And as the two of you start to read, you find the text dry, surgical, almost scientific in its study of magic, but with like this bent. At points, tangents of writing go off into historical lore that you've seen touched on before, but in much more detail. You learn about the writer's life, even personal events that he recorded in these journals. And as you start to read, go ahead and make a wit study test for me, Max. Okay. The highest target number is going to be... this is going to be shared with Professor Quirrell, and the highest target number is going to be 25.
Okay. Do we know the author's name by chance?
I feel like I told you before, and now I'm forgetting. So let me find it if I can.
That's certainly possible.
We'll say it doesn't apply to this, but we'll say that one of them that I rolled today is the Ancestral Knowledge Potion, which gives you bonuses to knowledge tests. I know you're not using it right now, but I would have handed that out today as my one.
To everybody?
Yeah.
So everybody.
I knew you guys were like doing stuff like this today, like you were planning on.
What does that one give?
I'm gonna roll on it now to see, but it's bonuses to knowledge tests until the next long rest, basically.
Matt, would they give me any flashes or car? Maybe
flashes,
like of previous past.
Nope.
Okay.
The mage who put these notes together's name is Cameron Fraser.
Bro, I have a feature that lets me re-roll this alchemy thing once a day. Like I can only do it for one thing, and so I did it because I rolled on 2d12. I rolled a 1 and a 2, and then I used that feature, and I rolled a 1 and a 2 again.
Ouch!
That's impressive.
That's wild for 2d12, honestly.
That's yeah.
You were rolling 12 across 2 days.
Exactly. Your dice just misunderstood the assignment.
That's so true. Lost in translation.
You're back.
God damn, that's crazy.
Bean water.
Yeah, luckily I get a +4 to that, so I got a 7. But
what bonuses I give?
But it's only
something. How much did it give to knowledge checks?
+2, but I'm sorry, I saw you guys all free. +2 to every check that it requires knowledge. For the rest of the long rest.
V does not make many of those, but I will hopefully remember that if I have to make any. That'll help me out a lot.
I figured there was going to be some science going on today, Phil, so he wanted everybody's mind to be sharp.
I do need some.
That sounds reasonable.
Doctor, my chest plate is incredibly damaged. Do you have the resources to repair me?
Really quick, before we get to you guys. What'd you roll, Jesse?
I got a 9.
A 9? Okay. So, you learn from the initial notes on this initial test, looking through them, that Fraser was born in Aethergarde. in the late 1700s. So he would have been like around 100 years old now if he's still alive. And he was kind of a nomadic traveling mage. He spent time visiting many different places in the world, and he found ways to use magic and magical artifacts to assist him in this. And his passions for like study of the mythos and historical mythos related sites and stuff kind of just like led him by the nose around. It never feels like to you he really had a plan. And at some point when he was in Ardenne, he fell in love with a woman named Marie, who died from the Aether Blight. And that seems to have kind of driven his passion in studying it and trying to figure out like what it is and how it harms people. And pretty early on in the time period of his life, kind of like his early 30s, when he's this traumatic death happens and he begins to really focus on this, he also contracts it himself. But it's almost like at that point he's not looking at it like a negative anymore. Being close to it, having it, allows him to study it further. And his notes turn inwards as he begins to experiment with how his magic works. You recognize a lot of signs in the things you do that make your magic more powerful than it should be, and then also the cost of that to his body and how he documents it to what's happened to you over time. And then it comes to the origins of the Aether Blight itself. He is unsure how, but he is deathly convinced that the Aether Blight does not come from this plane of existence. It's an alien virus. And one of the reasons why he believes this is because he's often found traces at sites where the Aether Blight is particularly bad in the world, and you would begin to be able to mapping these sites out, by the way. So, like, I'm going to give you, like, a list of locations and stuff. But he finds traces of what seems like fractured realities. Windows with cracks to other planes, or another plane in particular of existence, that he believes the Aether Blight is originating from. That is what you've discovered so far. As the two of you are looking over those notes and we montage you scribbling things and stuff, we suddenly zoom in on Phil's cocked face as we slowly pan out as he is watching the good Dr. Dare finishing repairs on sewing up the arm of V. And as V is bending it and testing it out, something about the blood magic making it easy for him to connect with this new body part and make it part of himself. Dare, I need you to roll a wits coordination to see how well you do. The target number for this test is a 10. Forget about momentum, guys.
Yeah, if you want to. Roll it.
I'll take momentum.
Goes down to a 7.
Do it.
Well, that's a 15.
Okay. All right, with a 15, you have covered enough extra to not only repair V's arm, but also give him a Stitcher's experiment of your choice. So I will let you take the scene, Dare, as you reveal what additional boon you are giving V as you repair him. And V, you will add these points to your character.
Okay, I do already have some of the stuff in here. So I already have extra strength.
I know.
Okay.
Alright, V, that should do it. Move your arm. How's it feel? Alright.
Fine.
I'm gonna hold my arm, like, over your head as you're laying down after it. Alright, grab my arm. Just grab my forearm with it. Not super tight, just hold it. Alright, this may feel strange, but you have another arm under this one. I figured I'd give you a spare in case this happens again. So try and move that one.
I'll try and move the extra one.
Car, both you and Phil watch as from under the coat that's over him, a third arm. Is it on the right side or the left side?
You lost your right arm, right?
Yeah.
Hand forearm?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have given him an extra right arm.
A second right arm comes out from underneath the other one.
Car goes to just smack him, and he catches it with the additional arm. Oh, seems to be working.
I'm gonna spend 3 of my character points and get the 4th arm. Use all 3 arms that we stole.
You can have him fix the 4th arm on you.
And just so you are not lopsided, there's another one on the other side.
The other arm comes out and slaps Car.
Moving. Yeah.
I just want you to take it slowly. Practice with these new arms until you get the hang of it.
This is awesome. He's just going to be like swinging and he's going to keep accidentally hitting his arms with his other arms.
Your arms are functional.
This is weird. This will take a lot of time to get used to coordinating.
It is not often that I see something that I have never seen before in my many years. That is incredible, Doc. Also, very disconcerting, but incredible. You know, V, you would make an excellent chef.
Do people like brains?
Oh, maybe not for brains, but the amount of hands you can juggle so many different things at once. With great education and much practice, you could time things out to create feasts.
I don't know. It seems like kind of a waste. I can't really taste anything outside of like brains and coffee and spicy stuff.
It's a shame.
I think it's better you not prepare what you eat for others.
You don't think other people would like spiced brain chunks dipped in a nice coffee sauce?
Well, I won't say no one, but I don't think the vast majority of people would enjoy that.
They're lost, really. Now I'm craving that.
More wrinkly the brain, the more surface area to intake the au jus.
As you move aside, Carton moves next to get his repairs work done, and we're going to cut away from you guys as he starts being repaired. We're going to cut back up to the to the Grand Library where notes are continuing to be poured over. And Max, can I get one more shared wits study test? Highest target number is again 25 between the two.
13.
I think you're getting a bonus on that. It's a bonus on knowledge tests or study tests for that potion.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Okay, let's make it a knowledge. So reroll whatever dice that would be.
Okay.
Because that is fine with me, and I would like his bonus to count. Well, no, I just told you to reroll the new die. So you still got a 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. In that case,
12.
I appreciate that. Okay, in that case, that's... this counts as magical knowledge, right?
Yeah.
25.
Yeah, you freaking did it on your own. You guys actually crit. So...
Sweet. Thanks, James.
Looking through the notes more deeply as more time has passed, because it does take him a while to make all those repairs downstairs. After a few hours, basically, of this research, You're looking through. You find a total of 5 locations, which I will map out for you in the world. That he's found these ripples in space, these inversions of reality that tore open, and he believed the Aether Blight was kind of like leaking from like a sprung oil well. And you do also find, as you're finishing looking through the notes, a piece of paper that falls out of the back of the journal and hits the ground. As you lift that, you just see a single word written down on it. It says hollow. HOLLOW.
Hello. Quirrell, do you have any idea what this could mean?
Well, as his obsession into these studies turned, it seems like to madness, perhaps he started attempting to explore realms at random. If I had to guess, he would be referencing the Hollow Realm. I've heard rumors of it. It's kind of a strange realm that mimics Eldrinel, but is also its opposite in many ways. Perhaps he thought the Aether Blight was coming from there, or perhaps it's a name of another location or person in this plane we should be trying to look out for.
How curious. I have a friend who writes about other worlds. I wonder if she would know something.
Perhaps we should send her communication of what we have found. You could write her a letter?
Yes, I think that's an excellent idea. I'll get started right away.
And hold on to that. We don't know if that slip of paper might be more than it seems.
Max will run the dragon shard out. I mean, he's done that for the journals already, presumably, but he'll do that for the piece of paper specifically.
It's definitely magical. There's some kind of arcane enchantment on this paper. You would also notice that despite how old all the notes are and faded and difficult they were to read, this piece of paper and the words written on it are perfectly clear on the parchment.
Okay. Then, in that case, Max would try to identify the magic on the paper first.
Okay. Are you're just activating that power that lets your eyes?
Yeah.
Study things. Okay. Yes. So it's not a formal enchantment. The body of the enchantment is constructed to keep the words and the parchment from being marred by time. You can tell that it's protected from being burned away. As far as you can tell, it seems to be magically constructed to basically be indestructible. It feels like to you, it might be more than just a note. It might be some kind of like key to something.
Interesting. Does reverberation of knowledge work on enchanted objects?
Let's see. Yeah, you can try to. You can definitely try to use reverberation of knowledge. Would you like to try? Oh, you're muted. Or away. We'll cut away from Jesse.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. You want to try?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. Yes, I will.
Okay. So you
I'd like to do the +3 strength additional effect to create from it an arcane construct that mimics creature and its personality.
Yeah, you want to try to create an arcane construct of Fraser so you can talk to him from this, basically.
That's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
That is what I would like to do.
All right. What does it look like when you're doing that?
So Max would hurry off and collect some things, and then he'd come back and he'd clear table space in front of him, and he'd set the slip of paper down, and then he'd get out a candle and a bit of rabbit fur and a few other odds and ends. And
your
then
your rabbit looks at you with slightly insulted eyes as he notices some of the fur is missing off of his ass.
Max notices the rabbit glaring at him, and then he reaches into a pocket of his waistcoat and pulls out a little carrot and wiggles it enticingly in front of the rabbit.
You win him over.
He pats him gently on the head and then goes back to his work. And then once he's set up his odds and ends, he takes out his little pocketbook and sets it on the table in between him and the paper, and flips it open to a bookmarked page, and then begins muttering to himself and waving his cane over the paper and implements.
The paper, with that simple word hollow, starts to shimmer. A small construct of blue arcane lines start to trace themselves out, almost like a constellation standing on the table, and then rising into the form of a little transparent blue glowing human. This arcane construct of the psyche of Brendan Fraser, who once wrote this note and left it in his journal, stands in front of you on the table, looking up at you curiously. And as that happens, we're going to cut back downstairs.
Love your little Freudian slip there.
Yeah, my bad. Dari, go ahead and make another wits coordination test against a target number of 10. This is for repairing our good friend Carten.
Momentum again. How hurt are you?
I'm pretty hurt.
Very hurt.
Reflect up.
All momentum again. Just
Goes down to a 7. Oh,
huh? Well, that's a
easy crit. Easy crit. Over this course of time that they've been upstairs studying, and V has been trying out his forearms on the little punching racks downstairs. You successfully repair his chest piece, protecting his core. And because you got the
Doctor, this is better than it was before.
Carten, you gain the energy ability as conduct feature.
Grounds for improvement.
I appreciate your work.
Time to do so.
Car energizes, powers up temporarily, and
It is quite beneficial to have you operating at full performance with a little bit extra on top.
Doctor, I feel better than before. He gets up and moves around, and, walks past V as he's punching some things and ducks under. Just moves around a little bit.
And V, how do your arms feel? Getting the hang of it?
We have Can we have a training dummy down here that I'm practicing on?
Would you like something that moves and
it's not like a construct that you're beating up and fighting, but there's punching bags and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
I would Phil would be watching you, and every while he would say, "Oh, you can hit targets that do not move. Would you like one that moves and thinks?" And he's basically offering to spar with you to try to see if you can even hit him. He'd hop around.
That would be a
Hell
good
yeah.
test of your new arms.
This is gonna be awesome.
Our car grapples above the two of them just to watch this.
He walks
I would
up.
imagine it would take some time to get your coordination down with forearms.
Probably.
They start roughhousing around, jumping
can
around
spawn.
as you're finishing up your repairs.
Jumping around like makes me think of like Master Shifu.
Yeah.
And, like hopping around.
You're chasing after him. Eventually, those of you that would want to would come upstairs through the hidden passage and step out in the Grand Library. And as you're stepping out, you would see the construct being built by his spellcraft on the table. You've reconstructed me. How?
Yes, I apologize for any discomfort. I'm still new to this aspect of this spell, but well, you see, some of your psychic essence was left behind in your journals, and this note in particular. Since you have enchanted it so, I expect that made it a little easier even than it would have been otherwise. And from that, I have reconstructed a construct of representing your mind. I suppose introductions in order. My name is Maximilian, and this is Professor Quirrell, and we are great admirers of your work.
My research, or so I'm not really me, but I do feel like me. Interesting.
Yes. As far as I can tell, your personality and memories should be largely intact.
There's a haze, but I do remember much. I suppose you've reconstructed me for a purpose. What do you want to know?
Well, we've been reading through your research into the Aetherblight. I have contracted it myself, much as you did.
I'm sorry.
And, well, thank you. We are looking for a way to, well, at minimum, mitigate the symptoms and, if possible, someday hope to cure it. And we're hoping that your research could help with that.
Mitigate the symptoms. There is, well, the second journal. Page 37 next to you. Quirrell's like flipping through the pages, and he pulls up to a page that has strange symbols and drawings on it. And the construct says, that is a key to a recipe. You need, let's see. And he starts rattling off these reagents and resources that are needed to create this potion. And Quirrell is like furiously writing this down. You recognize some of them if you came upstairs, Phil.
I am listening.
Of a potion expert yourself. And as Quirrell finishes the notes, he looks at you and he says, this potion will be difficult to gather what's needed for, and even more difficult to brew successfully. But if done right, it would allow you to tap into the Aetherblight while protecting you from the hindrances. But it will usually only work once or twice, if you understand. Then the process will continue.
Well, this path has not so far been an easy one. I didn't expect that to change now. Thank you, Mr. Fraser. That is most helpful.
If you really want to learn from my work, map the network of fractures that I discovered, or try to find a new one, a more prominent one, somewhere where Aetherblight is at its worst. You may be able to discover its origins from there, as I tried to, hopefully before it kills you.
Yes, I was meaning to ask you about that. This note you left, you specifically preserved it. It says only one word, hollow. We were assuming that you were leaving that behind as a clue to the origins of the Aetherblight.
Not a key. Not a key, it's sorry. I struggle to remember this part. It was another realm. A realm that nearly broke my mind. Hollow. The paper, it's an anchor. You can use it at the rift to open them. But...
And...
I do not recommend you step inside.
Passing through leads to madness, yes? Psychic affliction?
Something more terrible than death. Being trapped in your own mind. Not knowing who you are.
The construct starts to turn his gaze to his feet, almost like he's getting lost in his own thoughts.
Yet, you survived it, yes? How did you find yourself again?
I escaped the realm. Yes. But I always felt it. And I always felt it watching. I don't know if I ever escaped it really.
He looks back up at you.
Or if I brought it with me. Back here.
How are the characters standing
Mac?
in the room feeling?
That was sick, Matt, by the way.
Max is going to check his magical, anti-malware charm or whatever, just in case.
You're not noticing anything strange about the construct.
Okay.
It is
probably
normal. You feel like normally when one of these constructs are created, they're probably fairly detached from the emotions of the psyche that they were a part of, but that does not seem to be the case here.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're forcing him to relive things in his mind.
Max will say, "My apologies, I did not mean to cause you pain. But if you don't mind me asking, you must have had some thought upon your return as to how the tunic could be made more safely."
You would need something or someone to strengthen you for the journey, no doubt, or perhaps the problem was me. Perhaps I was too weak. I do not know. Greater mages than I. Those are the kinds you would have to find to know. That realm is cursed.
Do we know how long ago he died?
Based upon the dates in the journals, he died. He was born in the late 1700s, and he was probably dead by 18. He's probably dead by 1835 or so.
Do we know anything about the cause of death?
No, not from his journals. He just stopped. He just stopped making entries around then.
Okay.
That was informative. You know, things like this not necessarily need a powerful mage, but a powerful piece of magic. And magic comes in many forms. I know it just looks like I am brewing coffee, but contrary to that, I'm actually infusing alchemical solutions to help you every day. It's just not very much fun to explain every time. I think maybe if we work together, I can probably create something that can help you get to this place or reverse the effects of the ether blight afterwards. Take time and research. I believe it could be done, though.
I think that is an excellent idea. We could certainly use your help brewing this potion.
Right. Now, this might have to be a brand new potion, something no one has ever made or brewed before.
Is the construct still there?
Yeah, I think. I mean, how long does it last? I just took down the power stock. 1 sec, I'll check. I think it lasts like an hour.
Give me seven character points, and I can create a custom potion.
I guess it doesn't. I need to work on this power a little bit, I think. We'll say that it lasts an hour, okay? So you have you have more time for more questions if you want.
Yeah, it doesn't say for the construct specifically, but it says
wow.
will last for an hour.
Yeah, so we'll just go with that. It's definitely unclear in the text.
Max will say, before you ventured into one of these rifts, you must have had some idea of what you were looking for on the other side. Some idea of what was causing the aether blight to seep through.
I used a spyglass that I affixed with a dragon shard, and I attuned it to allow me to see the waves of the aether blight. It was leaving the tear in the air almost like a gaseous material, but it wasn't detectable by your normal sight lines. Almost like it was completely foreign and unknown to the very Prime Realm itself. But I never planned to just go through. He looks ashamed. I heard my wife calling to me. I chased after her. And it opened to me, I don't know why. Almost like it wanted me there.
I'm so sorry. We don't need to talk about that part anymore if it's difficult for you.
I wish there were answers in the horror I experienced. But in the hollow, you only find more questions. As your mind wanders away from you.
Well, we shall do our very best to seek answers on this side before we risk anything that drastic. The Dragon Shard modifications you mentioned, I happen to possess a Dragon Shard already. Did you make any notes of how you performed this in your journals, or could you instruct me in this?
Page 92 of my third...
Quirrell starts flipping through the pages.
There are some loose instructions. It took me time and it was costly. I had to find bands of wrought iron to make the end pieces of the spyglass, and I needed dragon shards shaved and perfected in its crystalline form for both edges of the sightline.
Is Quirrell able to find anything on it?
You see him flip to the page. He looks frustrated. You can tell based upon what he's seeing, he's feeling like you guys are going to need to do a lot of like re-engineering. Like not all the directions are there. It's not just going to be like steps 1 through 12 and you're going to have this made.
You got to fill in some gaps.
Yes.
Right.
It's going to take time and like experimentation. Quill's got a lot of long nights ahead of him.
Great.
And also you're going to have to find a way to get more Dragon Shard. Because you have enough Dragon Shard for like the big end, but you still need the end that you're going to look through.
Yeah, that makes sense. And if there are any obvious questions to ask based on what Quirrell found, Max would ask them.
There aren't any super obvious ones, but he is able to clear some of the gaps for you. He's not able to give you like full directions though. He gives you like a resource list, kind of like with the potion. But with the potion, he was able to give you kind of like a step-by-step, and he's not able to do that.
Yeah, that's fair. These rifts you mentioned in your journals, we found mentions of 5 of them. Did you visit all of them personally, or were you learning of them secondhand?
I marked them all myself. Even amongst the worldwide Mythos Academia, it was hard to find those willing to risk their lives. And after a time, as my mind began to break, I did not wish to risk their minds either. It was my job to see doing.
That is very thoughtful of you. Did you ever have help from other scholars or practitioners? There must have been others afflicted by the blight who were interested in seeking a cure.
An old professor of mine at the Bethel Hill Magisterium, Professor Alan Moore. He was experienced. He and the headmistress there gave me information I used to track down these locations, though I lost contact with them over time as my obsession took control of me. I do not know if they're still there now or when it is for you, but if you could find either of them, perhaps they could help.
I'm sorry to say it's unlikely either of them are still alive, but I will see if I can find any writings by theirs or anything like that. That could be very helpful.
Their curriculum and their personal writings would be collected at the Bethel Hill Magisterium's library, celebrated by whatever staff runs it today.
Well, that fortunately should not be difficult to find. We are presently in Aethergarde, near there already.
Good. Hopefully this good luck follows you. Only darkness followed me.
Max will ask some follow-up questions about any like experimentation he did directly with the Aetherblight and things like that, but mostly avoid talking about the Hollow again to try to keep from making him relive it.
Most of the rest of the information you get from him about experimentation with the Aetherblight is kind of like the same experimentation you've been doing with your spellcraft and the Aetherblight.
Well, hey, more data is good data.
Yep. And from what you have seen, your experiences was very similar to his. So the Aetherblight itself and what it does to the people it infects seems to be very acute. There isn't like millions of different symptoms, you know. It's like, this is what happens to you, and these are the benefits and and the pros and the cons.
Oh, I do actually have one more specific thing I wanted to ask about.
Yep.
Is there any evidence from the journals that he contracted it from his wife, or that there were any connections between their symptoms once they were both affected?
He believes that she contracted it from a place that they did not. It's one of the places that you found in the journals that was marked. But like when he was there initially, he didn't understand how dangerous those locations were. And then in taking care of her, he believes he contracted it from her somehow. But he doesn't know how it jumps from person to person. Because it wasn't like they quarantined themselves. And it wasn't like a lot of people were contracting it. It's almost like it targets things more specifically than like the standard virus or disease does.
Did she use magic as well?
She did. He met her at the Magisterium.
And were there any notable connections between their symptoms? Did they experience flare-ups at the same time or anything like that?
Not that you noticed. They experienced a lot of flare-ups doing the same things, like manipulating magic and things like that. But they didn't have like shared... Yeah, they didn't have like shared or like synced flare-ups necessarily.
Okay. Well, Max will use the entire hour if it doesn't seem to be painting the construct too much.
Yeah, sure. Eventually, as the last of those questions, you get the last of those questions out, you would notice that the construct is starting to fade.
Max would say, "Well, I can't thank you enough for all of your assistance. Your journals were quite helpful already, but being able to speak to you like this and ask questions and get direct advice has been, invaluable to our efforts."
The construct starts to fade and crackle. The lines that traced its body, like lines... the lines that like traced its body and structure are starting to slowly fade away.
There's something else. Something worse. It's watching you now.
It fades.
What?
Max will just sort of stare blankly at the page for a second and say, "He couldn't have said that earlier."
Kroll's gonna turn and look at you.
I need a drink.
And he's gonna go to like the little like brandy thing that's off to the side. Was everyone else just standing here and watching this? James was eating that as a player, dude. He was
Holy
trying.
shit! That scene was amazing.
That was a really good scene. That was the whole bringing the construct thing to life. That was top tier shit. Just
I struggled to blink while you guys were doing that. That was amazing, guys.
I've been waiting
that
for a
last
good
bit.
opportunity to use that spell.
That's awesome.
In that particular way.
That's awesome.
James just wants to go to the Hollow Realm, dude. He doesn't
Oh,
care.
that was-
guys.
That was
Bro, my sanity threshold is 8, and if I roll good enough, all you guys will get +3 to your sanity thresholds. We're going in, baby. That's happening. Like,
Cars down. Cars
Come on
down.
now.
But holy shit.
Hey,
He's like,
Can't
cars
break
fucking
what's already
crazy
broken.
anyways.
I forgot I was a player and just watching this beautiful story arc happen.
He
Like,
is-
great job, guys. Holy fuck.
I
Matt,
think
that was amazing.
that was cool. Phil was definitely just like thinking, like, what does Phil know anything about Hollow? He's like from another realm too. Is like,
yeah, the Hollow Realm is definitely like a place that the Unseelie, the Fae of the Unseelie Court, like, touched upon early in their history and decided was a bad idea to fuck with.
okay, so I'll basically just have rudimentary knowledge of it.
Yeah.
Would I know where I can find more like?
It's kind of like a don't bring it up kind of a thing.
Okay, interesting.
So you don't really know where you would find more, but you know that like it's not something that's like openly talked about. At this point in Fae culture, it's probably something more like parents of young fae in the Unseelie Quartz lands used to like scare their kids and stuff.
Sure.
If you
Interesting.
keep acting up, you're gonna get sent to the Hollow.
Yeah, the Hollow is gonna get you.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I was caught. See, this is what I mean by FOMO. Like, I wasn't gonna take notes during that. Come on now. But I do.
After.
I do agree. Can we get the 2 names of the guys that helped him compile research and stuff again? That helped Fraser compile.
He just said, well, the headmistress. He just said was the headmistress, and then the other professor that was at the magisterium at the time that he got information from was Professor Alan Moore. Also a great comic book writer.
I was gonna say I like that.
favorite.
I like that name a lot for sure.
That was sick, guys. By the way, holy crap! I was like stuck.
All right, you're all right. Back into character. You guys are all standing in the room. The construct's gone.
That was weird.
Max, when he says that, and you turn to look at him, he has 4 arms now.
Max is going to look him up and down and take this in and say, well, it does not seem to be the only thing.
Are there 2 extra sleeves on his trench coat now, or does he hide the other 2 arms?
I would imagine that he's probably gonna get shirts with extra armholes cut out at the right point, but then he's gonna have a cape on at all times, and his extra 2 arms are probably just gonna be holding it closed, hidden away.
Right.
And then when he needs them, he'll just throw open the cloak, and there's the 2 extra arms.
Okay.
I have this funny vision of V staying there during a serious conversation, arms folded across his chest, and if you look pan down, you see both of his hands in his pockets at the same time. You're like, how does that work?
We're drinking some of your coffee, and V pours some cream with a little tiny arm that pops out from underneath his
outside the frame.
Yeah. Thank you, V.
I think I'm going to be annotizing all these notes. But for a first pass, I think we've learned quite a lot.
The Magisterium at Bethel Hill. What is that today? Is it still known as that, or is there something else in its place?
Go ahead and make wits or wisdom and knowledge checks.
I assume this counts as magical knowledge?
Sure does.
Excellent. And we get +2.
B would definitely not know this.
I'm really good at this roll, but I specifically asked the question because I had no idea about Aethergarde. So.
Yeah, you just don't roll for this.
Max got a 14.
I got a... There's knowledge, so another +2, right?
Mm-hmm.
23 then.
Both of you know about the Bethel Hill Magisterium. Its public persona is that weird place where people who think they can do magic go to learn magic, but really they can't do magic because they're fucking cuckoos. They usually end up becoming like street performers and things like that. But it is here in Bethel Hill, and it is, as far as the two of you are aware, it is still active.
Why'd you have to say street performers like it was derogatory?
They always underestimate the street performer.
Because street performers turn you into rabbits and then never turn you back.
Seriously, I was thinking about that. Nobody was concerned that Dare never showed up again.
Kind of got chased off the scene.
Yeah.
And his family is an old family, but their house is in the lower city, so those people probably look down on them generally.
Yeah, they don't really care about him that much.
Yeah, they're like one of the old families. The new families, the families that have embraced the industrialization, are the ones that are at the top now.
Mm-hmm.
What would all of you like to do?
Max would say, Phil, if I could enlist your help, I believe our first order of business should be trying to replicate this potion recipe that Mr. Fraser provided us with.
Oh, yes, I have been having some thoughts about that and about how we can, where we can find information to brew ourselves such a thing. I'm convinced that with the right amount of time and research, we can create something that can at least slow these effects, if not stop them.
I appreciate your optimism.
The recipe is posted in chat.
Max would say, secondly, Quirrell, I believe we should set about making copies of these journals. We have made such progress in such short time. We cannot afford the setback that losing them would incur.
I will not lie, I was hoping to enjoy some of that street fare, but if you promise to bring me back a good brandy like this one, I'll get right to it.
I shall see that you get one.
And here's a list of supplies for that potion as well.
Excellent.
Oh, I did do some research into the fair. More research into, he looks around the room, our kind of people. And, I do believe that, it has a touch of the unseelie in it. As I'm sure you might be aware, I have been told by reliable sources that, should you be traversing the fair and interested in the mythos in particular, then look out for silver doves. It will mark people and locations that are, strange and otherworldly like us.
Told you, Maximilian, we should go. In fact, all of us should go. I'm looking giddy. Like, I really want to go to this fair.
It lasts a long time, so it doesn't have to be the only thing you're doing, but
you already missed the coolest thing. We went to this museum a couple weeks ago. It was awesome. The exhibits were all coming to life and trying to kill you, and you had to fight them off.
I feel like V was the only one that appreciated that experience.
That sounds...
At least
that sounds like an adventure.
There was one exhibit where we had to run through this dead guy's paintings.
We also were chased by a mad axe murderer.
Yeah, it was also pretty cool.
So you're saying you could jump from realm to realm through these pictures?
Well, we could jump from painting to painting. Does that count as a realm?
Maybe they are all in the same realm. I don't know. I was not there.
That is kind of how it felt.
It was quite an annoying person that kept talking to us the entirety of the experience, which took quite a bit away from it.
Did this voice help or hinder you?
Mostly just told us that we were going to die, I think.
A little bit of both.
Well, you could look...
It was like having a meta personality involved that told us, narrated.
Well, I mean, you could have also used it as motivation. Maybe it had ulterior motives.
I quite enjoyed making fun of him, but I don't ever want to go back to that place.
You just got to remember the good times.
Humor can break the tension. That coffee is cold.
That ant.
He takes a sip and puts it down really quickly, and then starts putting the stuff out to make more coffee. Right there. Just producing it from pockets.
So the fair lasts for a few days? Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's active for a while. So if there's places you guys want to go in the city, you can always make them like your destination of choice, and then if you want, you can stop and look around at wherever you're at in the fair as well. And it doesn't really stop either, because the sun doesn't come up. It's kind of the whole point. So it just kind of stays active for like the next 72 plus hours.
Will Dad be able to go outside during the day now?
Yeah, he actually can for the next few days. He's pretty much safe to travel at any time of day.
Great.
And
that'll be nice.
That's fun.
And that would mean that other vampires would be too.
But I never thought that the Solstice Fair would be my favorite time of year, but here we are.
Life changes.
The Sun Solstice Fair has a very Halloween Town vibe. Like, it's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's cool.
So there are a lot of times the everyday citizens, some of them enjoy it because they live in the doldrums anyways, and there's a lot of people out that aren't Mythos people, but also all the weirdos are out during the Solstice Fair because they can kind of blend in with the public over this set of days, this half a cycle.
You're talking, Ant, but you're silent. Nope.
Mic exploded. Is there anything you guys want to do at the manor? And where would you like to... You guys should talk about where you want to go and what you want to do next. I think it can be as open as let's just go check out the fair, or it could be hey, we know we want to check out the fair, but also let's be heading to this place.
Does anybody think we need to look into what the counselor guy is doing with a bunch of Lassium?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, can hear you now.
I think we probably should figure out what they are doing with so much.
I am very curious how one comes across that much and what that much could be used for.
I agree. I would be happy to surveil him if you would like.
Is this the time of year where we might be worried something might happen if somebody has a bunch of that stuff? They could do something weird.
I was just thinking that.
Maybe. Everything's pretty active right now, so yes, it is dark, and there's probably people who are trying to pull off street crimes and stuff. It's not the kind of environment where you would be trying to move something through the streets unnoticed necessarily, because a lot of the streets are full of people.
I had more been thinking about, is this a time where magic's more prevalent or there's a stronger connection to it kind of deal?
There's definitely some people, some magical practitioners in particular, who probably feel a stronger connection to magic during the solstice, especially people who practice druidcraft. It's not uncommon during the solstice for the Wolvere nationalists to try to do some crazy eco-terrorism at all. There's a lot of constables out because they know that they're going to have problems during the solstice.
Can we dress Car up because Car's child size, as a kid, and I could just kind of wander around and look for anything suspicious.
I mean, it's pretty easy to bundle you up, and because it's dark outside, the average person would probably just mistake you for a kid with a coat on or something like that.
Just her.
You don't
costume.
You don't glow or anything like that, unless you're.
If we put a pumpkin on my head, the glowing could be.
Cool.
Yeah. So
everything is shadows right now, man.
You can hide your eyes well enough with just a cloak that the average person won't ask questions.
Yeah. So if
but you can also put a pumpkin on your head if you want. I think that's funny.
We said Jack Skellington, so let's put a pumpkin on my head.
I like it.
All right. Anything else? Or you guys didn't really decide what you were doing.
I would very much like to go to the festival. But I would also very much like to figure out if we can, where this Glassmere is going, or what it may be used for. But now I am very wholly interested in going to this Magisterium as well.
We should go to the festival.
Maybe some of us at the Magisterium can research if there's any known uses of glacium, while the others of us research aether blight stuffs.
Not a bad plan.
It does seem that we have some converging purposes.
Also figure out where we can get all of the ingredients needed for that potion.
Yes. I have worked with most of these things before, but not all of them.
You have apple cider in the cellar, and you can get pond water off the grounds. Everything else you would need to collect. And you know that white powder would be referencing aether dust.
Were any of the rift locations mentioned in the journals in Aethergarde?
Or near Aethergarde?
There was nothing in the city, but there was one. There was one on the other side of Lambeth Hollow. So if you traveled farther east than you guys have ever gone, there would be one like a couple weeks away. A little bit less actually, because now you have the horseless carriage. So like 10 days away.
Okay.
Maybe after this festival's over and we do a little research around the town, we go pay the spot.
A road trip. Road trip.
But lots to do in the city first.
So much.
I feel like we're heading to the Magisterium first, though it sounds like, right?
Sure.
That
would be nice.
Stop at whatever festival shit's on the way.
All right.
I will be taking close look for these silver doves.
Me too.
The blind eye, would that work from a corpse? Is that something that can be found in the cemetery?
Yeah, it would probably need to be fairly fresh.
Okay.
If only we'd known we needed an eye earlier, we could have picked one up while we were out.
We'll barter with somebody. There's gotta be someone we can barter with, you know?
There will definitely be a creepy old man with
Bundling yourselves up and gathering the things you want to take with you. All of you leave the manor behind. And you head to the sun solstice. Entering the street fair. And as you all enter the street fair for the first time, I think we should take our break.
Yep.
Your party enters the sun solstice street fair from the Brower Street entrance, which is just west of your manor land. You can see its stretches and its activity and its oil lamps and banners all the way down to what looks like the South Shore's cobbles, which is way down by the harbor area of this section of the city. And the city is bustling with activity besides the darkness of night and the glint of the stars. As all of you head into the street fair, little kids dancing past you with rubber band pistols and parents chasing after them as they dodge through the crowd, carts set up, a spindly man rolling by with a cart full of cabbages. Go ahead and make wisdom study tests for me. Looking around. Highest target number is 20.
Got 8.
I got so close. I got the first number of that. 2.
13.
V gets immediately distracted by what people are doing nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Not really paying attention to anything.
I got a 7.
Car throws
Start.
something at a small child.
I got a 14.
Dare, you notice a silverish dove flitting off of a lamppost and flying to land over by the entrance of a tavern, the Darklight Bar and Grill. And you got a 14?
Yeah.
Nearby that, you see another dove tracing off one of the stands, almost turning to look at you, Phil, as it lands on a shingle. And you see hanging from the shingle what looks like a little storefront about the size of a birdhouse.
Okay. That intrigues me the most, and I will start moving in that direction without saying anything.
Phil wanders off, following a dove. What would the rest of you like to do?
Car's throwing things at small children.
V's probably just wandering, looking around, completely oblivious to what everybody else is doing. He's just so caught up in the...
Yeah, V
Lights in the
literally
fair
starts to
atmosphere.
lose himself in the crowd. Max and Daria, you're standing there as the party just starts randomly splitting up.
That's great.
What would you like to do?
Max will look around and then look at Daria and say, "Well, I take Phil, you take V."
Sounds good.
Neither one of them is worried about Car.
I was going to say, none of them are concerned about the robot throwing shit at children.
Max just doesn't want to deal with that and doesn't think it's fair to make Daria deal with that. So,
Well, the kids are throwing stuff back.
Yeah, no, he's pretending to be a child. Like,
All right. Max, you follow Phil, and the two of you end up in front of this little hanging birdhouse-like structure. You see a little windowed door at the front, and it kind of like flies open, and a small figure pokes their head out. Phil, you would recognize what this figure is immediately. Eyeless, with a big circular mouth of sharp teeth. Skin pale and drawn back, almost like it's been pulled back into bunches at the back of her head, and little bug-like wings sticking out of her back. This is a tooth fairy.
As you walk up, Max, I'll have my hands clasped behind my back, holding my cane, and I'll smile up at you and I'll say, "That is a tooth fairy. They usually am good with.
Give me a tooth.
I don't think I have any teeth to spare.
I smell them.
You probably smell mine, or my friends.
Give me a tooth and I'll give you a present.
It's tempting.
You mean to tell me that those stories parents tell their children to scare them into brushing their teeth are real?
The one in the back.
She's pointing up at your mouth, Phil.
The one at the back with that sweet, juicy cavity. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me your tooth.
Very aggressive. I have been feeling a little bit sensitive in the back left of my mouth right there. If you can get it out without putting me in severe pain.
She flies into your mouth.
Ah.
You feel a sharp pain in your jaw as she expertly removes the tooth from your mouth and flies back out with it. She's like chewing on the end of it. You see this extra long tongue stick out of her mouth and like run down the cavity area. And then
What
she runs
flavors
inside the
are-
house.
What flavors are your? Oh no! I'll like rub my mouth. Like, Do I taste blood and shit? Is there like my mouth is openly bleeding? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna reach into like my pack and pull a swath of cloth out, like a handkerchief or something like that, and like ball it up and like.
You hear some stuff like getting shuffled around and like tossed about inside. Like it just sounds like the entire structure is just probably containing like a bunch of junk. And then she'll pop back out and she'll hold up a coat button to you. You're present.
Something tells me that was not as valuable as my tooth. I'm pretty sure I can't chew anything with that.
It's valuable. Take your present. It's a button.
I will hold my hand out and I'll say, a fair trade this time, but next time you will not be so lucky.
She'll pop the button in your hand. You! She turns to you, Max.
Give me a tooth.
Max is going to look at the button through the dragon shard.
It's magical.
Hell yeah.
It looks like it's primal to you. Actually, it looks like it's shifting between sources of magic is really what it looks like. So at one moment it's primal, and then it's arcane, and then it's otherworldly, and then it's
interesting.
divine. And it's kind of shifting back and forth chaotically. It doesn't seem super powerful to you, but it's a rare interaction to observe.
I'll look up at your face, like kind of expectantly.
Explain the button to me, dude.
Max will say, interesting. It doesn't seem terribly potent, but it does seem to cycle between primal and other sources of power. I haven't seen something like this in person before that I can recall.
I don't think I have either. A rare curiosity worth better research later. Definitely worth the tooth. And he looks at you and smiles. You can see the red blood creases between each tooth.
Max will cringe slightly and say, yes, well... All right, but something in the back. I need all of the visible ones. I'm a performer.
She pops into your mouth. Yes. She pops into your mouth, and she dissects one of your wisdom teeth and flies back out.
Well, I suppose that would have needed to go eventually anyway.
And then she goes inside the house and hides for a minute as she starts tossing stuff around looking for a present for you.
My wisdom is quite valuable, you know.
She pops back out. And she holds up to you what looks like a single scale taken off of some kind of reptilian creature.
For you, a present. A basilisk scale.
Mac, are those safe to touch? Would Max know?
Do I know if that's those are safe?
Make a wisdom or wits and knowledge test.
All right, let's find out. Does this count as magical knowledge?
Yes.
Cool.
Can I make that check too?
Sure. $13.
$10.
Ooh,
despite rolling
rough.
a 3.
Yeah, that was a good roll for rolling a 3 naturally. She'll smile. It really depends on the kind of basilisk. It definitely has inherent primal magic. It doesn't seem to be affecting her negatively. It's not like oozing or noxious, or doesn't look poisonous or anything. It's actually kind of like, it's almost like it's shimmering.
Okay, Max will reach into one of his waistcoat pockets, pull out a handkerchief, and then hold out the handkerchief for her to deposit the tooth into, or the scale into.
Enjoy.
Hopefully that is not one of the poisonous ones.
Bring your friends with teeth by later.
She slams the door shut.
Funnily enough,
Be
I don't
with
feel
that.
like she would. Funnily enough, I don't feel like she would need to specify that normally, but under these circumstances, I do know people with no teeth.
Well, there are many with no teeth, usually too old to benefit from whatever she is giving anyways. What an interesting interaction.
I'm not sure there are many people who could benefit from either our gifts, regardless of age, but she seems to know her audience, and I can respect that.
Very interesting. I told you would be entertained by coming to this festival, Max.
Indeed, and he'll hold it up to the light with the handkerchief, say, "Well, it's not a wyvern tooth, but I suppose this shall be interesting to study nonetheless."
I do not know all the qualities of a basilisk scale, but I do know they are inherently magical.
Indeed, I'm sure we can find some sort of use for it. Alchemical, perhaps. Fortunately, we were planning to stop by a repository of arcane knowledge anyway.
I cannot wait. It is long since I entered a library I've never been to before.
As you both turn back towards the crowd, away from this little arch hovel where it's hanging off the shingles, you would see one of the kids that's running through the street go, you're too fast. We're done playing with you. And like 2 or 3 of them walk away from car 10 because he's just been like kicking their ass at freeze tag for like 10 minutes. And there's no way they can beat him, and they're just fucking done playing with him.
You can't hear, bro.
You're muted again. What is going on?
B, the children have very poor aim.
You know, Car 10, sometimes you make friends better by losing and playing more games than winning every time.
Car hurls something at a child that's like 100 yards away and smacks him in the back of the head. And does like a little cartwheel.
You might be too good at that game.
This game was very fun.
For you.
As the 3 of you progress forward, you would see that the Darklighter Bar and Grill is being manned by Fitz, who was the outfitter at the Darklighters Club. It looks like they set up a little pop-up for the street fair. Probably because they know that there's going to be a lot of freaky people out tonight that maybe the constables can't deal with. In fact, you notice that like several of the people sitting at the bar are people that were sitting in the Darklighters Club as well. So they have like some monster hunters in this area that are just kind of like watching things in case. V, you have wandered down an alley into a square. You can insert yourself into this scene whenever you want, Dari, because you've been following him. Where you have found just a simple stage that's set up where people are doing like public performances and stuff. And there appears to be like a panel of like 3 or 4 like thespian judges that are like judging them. It's almost like a talent show. It is marked, or it is being watched over by a silver dove.
But did I notice the silver dove, or did I just wander into this alley?
No, you just wandered into it and happened to walk into it. You notice it once you're there, but you didn't track it here.
Gotcha. I'll look around. Do I see anything weird about any of this?
For me. You can make a wisdom study test as well.
You could just say no, Matt. Make me
that's
roll.
true. I could. I
7.
could just say no. You can make one too if you wanted, Dari.
What was the check?
Wisdom study. Target number is 12.
4.
I couldn't have even hit 12. Yeah.
As both of you are watching the stage, you don't really notice anything particularly interesting about the judges or anything like that, but you do notice the person on stage is clearly doing like some kind of magic trick. Like they've taken a small block of wood and they've shifted their hands back and forth, and then when they've opened them again, it's like carved into a wooden horse, and then they lean down and they go, and the horse starts to come to life in their hand and like gallop around in their hands. And the judges like clap and nod their heads, like receptive to it, and mark their scores.
V's gonna turn around and go, "Hey Max, that's you. Where did everybody go?"
Hello, V.
Sorry, it just kind of pops up out of the shadows.
Did Max and Phil wander off?
I believe so.
I have grown tired of the children.
Did you see that cool trick? He made a horsey out of a block of ball, and it ran.
I think some of our friends could do something similar.
Yeah, that's what I was going to see if Max wanted to enter. He could probably like win something, but he just had to go and wander off away from the group.
I much prefer Max's rabbit.
But we could work together on something if you want to perform.
Would you like to animate a corpse?
Should we?
Or
We could cut one of my arms off on stage and then still have it run around.
I don't think that we should do that. That
finger?
might be a bad thing for people to see.
Oh.
But I was thinking, with my new condition, I can turn into creatures.
Yeah, you should go turn into a bat.
Well, I say you say a magic word and turn me into a bat.
Okay, I like this. I'm gonna look around for an entry, like a entry sign up thing.
There's a sign up sheet at the table. They looks like to you they've almost wrapped up, so you need to go get your name on it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll go put our name down.
Okay.
The car's falling closely behind V.
So did you leave the other two? Because you were with the other two. You're muted again.
There's something weird going on with your mic tonight,
There's something
man.
going on with your mic, dude. I don't know. We'll figure it out before the next session.
It's the app. It's not the mic.
The voice mod app?
It's the like Discord. I have to re-click the same thing.
That's weird.
That's
I'm
weird.
sure we can find a solution to it. We just
Yeah,
gotta research
I'll Google it. Yeah, toward next session. Sorry, guys. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of falling around a doctor and.
Okay, so you left them after you were talking to them.
Yeah.
You were with the other two. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you two do after he wandered off? Again.
Yeah.
Max and Phil.
The other spot where we saw the silver dove, was that the Darklighters?
Yeah, the pop-up.
Okay, I would have wandered after Carten left. I would have kind of just stood there and took in the crowd and kind of smiled and looked around, and then saw that, and I would have beelined it towards that.
Okay. Yeah, you head that way, Max. Are you still following Phil around?
Yeah, if he hadn't seen the performances, he'd just be following Phil.
I mean, you could choose to follow Carr instead.
He'd probably follow Phil.
Okay. The two of you walk into the Darklighters' little pop-up, and you can smell the grills at the back, and you can actually see Adewale working back there. And Fitz turns and cocks his head and says, Max, good to see you. And you can see off in one of the corners, you can see Faye and Salazar, the two hunters, sitting by, just kind of watching, drinking, and chatting with each other. There's a kind of an eclectic collection of strange people here. A group with heavy coats that you're walking by. They look rather grumpy. Multiple of them have messed up, like bent and or torn red hats on their head. One of them muttering about how they got kicked out of the shard by a rival group. If it hadn't been for that meddling detective and that guy who talks to wolves, we'd be sitting pretty, boys. As they drink heavily in this corner, and you can see in another area there's like a strangely large guy, like he's taking up a whole seat by himself, his hulking form just sitting there drinking from a comically small mug.
All right. Yeah, I will walk up and I will say, greetings, monster hunters.
To Faye and Salazar, or to the guy, to Fitz at the bar?
At the wherever you said there was like a booth, right? Kind of outside. I just walked up.
There's a couple of them are at the booth that Max recognized.
Okay.
But there's also like a big bar front.
Oh, I mean, I'll go up to the bar.
Okay.
I could use it.
And Fitz will kind of turn to you, Max. Looks like you brought a friend with you as well.
Indeed. This is Phil.
Oh yes. Philomelion Lamomanak. I once had a good friend who was a hunter.
I see why you call him Phil.
Max will nod. And
I already forgot what he just said.
Well, that is because you were not listening. I said that I once had a very good friend who was a hunter.
Sounds good, Phil. What was his name?
Jensen Sharp.
I probably should have guessed that since you two are together.
Yes. You could have guessed, I suppose. I hear that he worked with you here for a short time. Tried to help.
Yeah. Gone but not forgotten. I'm making a free Jensen Sharp for each of you. And he's going to turn around to the bar and start making a mixed drink.
I look up at Max like, oh, yeah. Well, thank you very much. That's not necessary, but
he turns around and he sits him back down, and at the end you see him, he reaches down and he pulls out a snake and he draws back the body of the snake and he squeezes it, right? Like it's almost like he's drawing water from like a wrung towel, and the snake goes and a little bit of venom hits each of the glasses to spice it up a little bit for Jensen.
That does regrettably sound like something he would have liked.
It does. We used to, he used to think he was a lot more invincible than he was. Let's just say that.
Oh, it's not any kind of, it's not that crazy. It just makes, it just adds spice, really. That's it. Enjoy. He puts the snake back in the tank. It's on us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Max will lift his glass to toast Phil.
As will I.
Faye and Salazar off to the side. You might not even notice it, but off to the side, they kind of lift their glasses as well.
Well, let us know that hunters are always... I am always a friend to hunters if they need be. Not that I am anyone important, but keep doing the good work.
Hear to that.
That's it.
As I was going to say, after making small talk for a bit, Max would say, actually, there are a couple of things I was hoping you could help us find. We're trying to make, a sort of mixture to ward off evil magic and that sort of thing. Seemed prudent.
Sure, what do you need?
Well, as a matter of fact, if you have any spare snake fangs, we could use one. And this is a bit of a stretch, as I don't know that there would be any around Aethergarde, but we're also hoping to find a wyvern tooth.
Well, snake's fang for sure. Let me see if out of all And Adewale comes out of the back. He has been through because he's a pretty broad guy himself, and he pulls up an apron and he dusts off his hands and he nods to each of you. That same kind of grim, solemn expression he always wears on his kept face. And it's good to see you both here. I hope you're enjoying the strangeness the festival has to offer.
I have already traded a body part for a mythical item. It is a good night.
That one's new for me. They were looking for a wyvern tooth?
Yes.
I actually do think I could get my hands on one. Or you could. Farther down, near the cobble shore. Still in the street fair grounds. There's, it's kind of a pop-up shop, the Hag's Hut. Perhaps you could find it there. Probably some of the other ingredients you need as well. I don't know. Do you have the whole list?
Yes, I have it here, actually. Max will pull out the list.
This is a strange one.
Slightly experimental.
You probably have to find somebody of a criminal nature to get your hand on the aether dust, but let's see. Devil's milk. Very difficult to milk a devil. Do not look forward to seeing how you get that done. Good luck with it. Let's see here. Yes, I definitely think you should head to the Hag's Hut when you have some time. It'll probably only be there for the next few days. Tends to come and go with the darkness, if you will.
Yes, well, we shall certainly attempt to make it there while the fair is in town.
I got this for you right now. Fitz will put the snake fang down on the table for you. Free of charge.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Kind of fresh. Watch out for blood.
Max will pull out another handkerchief and sort of dab it off and then wrap it up and put it away in a different pocket.
I like the idea that every time Max goes to get a handkerchief, it's a different pocket than the last time he went to get a handkerchief, right?
Yeah, every single time.
Every single time. He's really putting the trick vest item to work.
Yep.
It's definitely not the pocket he put it into the last time he used it.
No, it never is. It never is.
That's funny.
You can stay here and drink as long as you like, you know? It's not like the sun's coming up. Man.
Oh, we have many more stops to go to tonight.
Yes, look out for the silver doves. It always gets interesting. I think that they're doing some stage performances over in the square, Max. I know that's kind of your thing.
Oh, really? Well, I shouldn't mind observing the competition such as it is.
You mean be in the competition? Come on.
Well, if it seems that it has drawn a sufficient crowd.
You better go get there before it's over.
Very well. Thank you again for the drink and the fang.
Yes, good luck with everything. And we'll keep you updated on, the wolf problem.
Much appreciated. If you'd ever like me to come by and do some tricks again, cheer people up, I'd be more than happy to.
He'll nod his head. I'll let you know. And Fitz and Adewale watch the two of you walk out. And as the two of you walk out, a broad-shouldered man with a large sword at his back in tight dark leathers, another hunter. You can just tell by the air of the way he moves, brushes past the two of you and sits down where you were. And just as that door is closing behind you, you would hear him say, I took care of it. Give me a Jensen Sharp. Cutting back to the stage in the square, the two of you leaving the bar walk up to see the two of them already signed up and waiting in line, and Car 10 standing nearby watching, unless he wants to sign up as well. But you can tell, you can observe pretty easily that's some kind of talent contest.
I think the competition would be overmatched if you were to enter.
Unless you would like to do a puppet show.
I'm not sure puppet shows quite my expertise, I'm afraid.
That is disappointing.
I just want to be somebody's puppet.
Perhaps it's more. It's more Phil's deed.
I am enjoying this drink, and I think I just want to see your talents. Or, well, their talents, I think. I'm gonna, like, look around you at Vienda.
Could we, like, hear him?
Yeah, you guys noticed them.
Car's walking his way through the crowd to find somebody's dead eye. Just like, no.
That part of that recipe feels like, oh, and I'm gonna need that guy's leg. You actually got it, like that's what that part of the recipe feels like.
He's definitely like a rocket raccooning. Not dead enough.
I just need to find one good blind guy to cut the eyeball out of. You would notice them behind you.
Did you guys come to watch us win this competition?
Oh, I would expect nothing less.
We came up with a great act.
Well,
Everyone
I can't wait
can
to see
enter. Anyone can enter. You can enter individually or as a team. Doesn't just have to be the two of them, but they are definitely calling for like the last people to sign up because they're getting ready to wrap up.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to get in your way, but if you feel you need some extra pizzazz on your act, I would be happy to assist.
Do you have any of those, like, things that you throw at the ground and they create a bunch of smoke?
Well, not precisely, but I believe I could accomplish a similar effect if desired.
Car hands him the last of his smoke bombs.
Oh, perfect. Wait, this might last too long. I want it like a flash of smoke. How long does this last?
Not very long. It's like a few moments.
Okay, that
just enough time. Just enough time for him to slip away. Just like a Batman smoke bomb, you know. I always imagine it as like one of the cartoon Batman smoke bombs where he throws it and then you just don't know where he is anymore.
That's exactly what I wanted to use it for.
Yeah. But in this case, you're going to throw it as he's turning into a bat?
Exactly, yep. I'm going to say the magic words, throw it at his feet, and then he can turn into a bat.
Alright, so the two of you are entering. Is everybody else just going to watch?
Yep.
They work their way through some non-magical and what, Max, you would be able to tell are clearly some, at least rudimentary magical acts. And eventually, the two of them are called up last. The host stands back and says, all right, introduce yourselves and perform your act, and we'll get this thing wrapped up, okay? Awesome. Thank you for participating. Thank you. He steps down from the stage. And everyone's attention turns to the two of you.
I'd whisper to Pete before we start. I think it best to hide your new arms, by the way.
Yeah, I was just gonna leave him there.
Yes, good. Good luck. I will do my part.
Alright. I am V, and this is my assistant, my dad.
Hi, V! Some of the people in the crowd said.
Alright, are you ready to be amazed? He's gonna just do like a really shitty Mac impression.
Yeah, sure. Everyone's kind of nodding, but they're starting to look kind of like quizzical, like, what is this guy?
Okay, here we go. Abracadabra, alakazam, and he throws the smoke ball at Dari's feet.
As soon as I'm covered in smoke, I'll use the...
Turn into a bat.
What is it? Beast form? Yeah, beast form into a bat.
As you release the ancient power of your magical words to try to turn Dari into a bat, I want the two of you to make a charisma performance test for me. It is shared, and the target number is 15.
I can add a maximum of 8 to this, Chris.
Book knowledge.
Okay, so that will let you use wits instead of charisma. You guys could also use momentum if you want to.
Yeah, let's momentum this shit first. I want to win. I want to win the magic show.
All right, that's gonna go down to 9.
Max would like to subtly cast an illusion to just like add some extra like flashes of light and sparks and stuff to the smoke bomb. Just make it flashier.
You make it look bigger from the crowd. I'll say that'll give you guys an additional +2.
Okay, I got 5.
Yeah.
I got 8.
Okay. +2. That's.
Let's go. That's exact.
15.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they also use momentum, so it was almost a crit. But you guys do succeed in getting first place, and the little group of thespians that are acting as judges will quiet the crowd as one of them stands up and says, "And truly, when the sun's solstice is high and the darkness is in the sky," he's clearly drunk, by the way. He's just like clearly been drinking this whole time. "We see magical stuff happen. And the two of you, because normally people enter it individually, but whatever," he turns and he looks at one of the other judges and they just shrug, "are awarded this moonstone, a piece of Thebe itself fallen from the sky at the very first street fair. Enjoy." And I'll hand it over to you. And he'll hand you a piece of extraterrestrial rock.
That's really cool.
Is this legitimate?
Is it legitimately what? A piece of the moon?
Yes.
A piece of Thebe? Yeah, totally. 100%.
I totally
Yes.
believe you.
Good. Are you talking to him as a bat right now, or did you turn back into a person at the end of the year?
back at the end of
Okay.
that.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, I hope
It's speaking out of exactly.
I hope you're a whole person again and don't have like bat toes or something. That'd be weird. All right, let's go party. And he turns with the other people and just wanders off into the crowd.
Am I so drunk that he's hanging upside down?
Me.
Just Michael Keaton and Batman 1989, bro. Just how he sleeps.
That was awesome. We won a talent show.
It certainly helped that Max did not participate.
I also do not have any more smoke pellets.
I appreciate it. We'll get you some more.
I never participate in any competition I am not sure I can win.
I think you could have won that pretty handily.
I don't know. I did a pretty
turning
good
into a
Max
bat.
impression.
That's not something most people see every day. And V, that stage presence, most impressive.
I knew it. I was just copying what you did, you know.
You know, you might have a future in magic if you want. Having 4 hands probably is very good for doing tricks.
Juggling, I imagine. Have you ever tried juggling, V?
Not since I got my extra arms.
Well, this could be your new calling.
We will work on that when next we spar.
I'm gonna juggle while we spar. That sounds really complicated.
No, I had an idea that you will stand there and I will throw as many dumplings at you as possible, and you will try to catch as many of them as possible. Get up your dexterity.
Like get my reflexes going.
Right. And then we can have dumplings afterwards.
Well, you know what would be a real test is if 2 of you were throwing dumplings at me. So then there's 1 arm for 1 arm.
Well, I'm gonna look at Carten and be like, and like remember what he just did to those kids, and look back. I think we can do that. You're still muted, brother.
It's doing it again. As all of you are having this conversation and you're walking out and around the corner, you would see down at the corner of the cobblestones, you would see the magisterium steps leading up to the building's double doors as you guys are kind of slowly making your way in this direction going through the fair. And you would also see outside of it on like kind of the curb area, it's almost like a little hot dog stand, but it looks like it's a guy. It's like a hunched vendor who's got a hood drawn so far forward that all you can see is like the glint of two eyes. And they appear to be selling some kind of fishy soup.
Okay.
And as you guys are coming out and you see the magisterial steps and him serving up to some of the people who walk away with the soup, you see a silver dove and land on the food stand.
Max will say quiet. Max will look at the dove and then look back at the stand and say quietly, "Really? This one?" And then he'll pop out the dragon shard and make a pretense of like polishing it, but also look through it at the stand and its occupant.
It appears that the bowls of soup that he is serving up are magical in nature, primal specifically.
Hey, while you got that out, is this anything? I'll hold out my moonstone trophy.
It is.
Nice.
And it is otherworldly in nature.
Max will say, "Yes, it does appear to be otherworldly. Beyond literally coming from a physically different world, I suppose. Unless the entire moon is magical. Is the moon out?" Max wants to check.
Thebes is the moon that is farther out during the solstice, so it would be difficult to check.
Okay.
The moon that is closer has a different name, which I am forgetting at this moment. But I will remind you guys of later.
Max will check that moon just in case.
It is magical.
I can't believe I never thought to check before. Fascinating. We'll have to see if we can. We'll have to see if we can find a piece of this one as well.
That's crazy. You can see it. Does that thing not have a range? I hate to be this guy. Does that thing not have a range? That'd be crazy if you just like look at shit. Hey.
It's magical.
Okay. Huh? Cool. That's awesome.
It probably does have some kind of range, but the moon is
Probably pretty powerful, I imagine.
Super powerful.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, now you just have to check it when it's not the solstice and see if it's like the moon itself is magical or if it's just like the solstice time is making it magical.
There are some people, remember, who claim that there are like magical components to the solstice itself.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, stupid theory. Let's move on. 4 arms and no brains. You know what I'm saying?
He's not. That would not be inaccurate.
You don't need it when you've got 4 arms. Okay.
Exactly.
All the brain I need is in my tummy.
He eats all the brains.
Yeah.
Kind of like having multiple. It's kind of like having brain mush. You know.
Mm-hmm. Brain porridge.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I suppose
stew now.
I suppose soup is a fitting food when one is missing teeth.
Oh, that's true.
You're missing teeth.
You have missing teeth?
Just one each.
Yes.
There's a tooth fairy.
A particularly aggressive tooth fairy traded magical things for teeth.
Yes, I always assumed my mother was making those up.
I would have given her a tooth for something.
Can I have a tooth?
If they take us back there, I'll let you use one of my teeth. That's fine.
Thank you, V.
I thought she was rather charming. I would take you back if you want to.
For sure. Well, we gotta hit that on the way back.
Right.
Max would like to watch people eating the soup for a minute and see if he can try to determine what effect it's having on them.
V just goes and stands in line for the soup.
Most
Yeah, that
people
sounds
seem to just be enjoying it, but very occasionally you notice a gleam of almost like magical inspiration. It's hard to place what the effect is, but some of these people go ahead and make a wisdom study test for me. It's target number 10 as you're observing, or wits, because you're kind of focusing on like an individual topic right now. Jesus, you got so many magic items, bro. Homie's got like 10 magic items over here.
And whose fault is that? I got exactly a 10.
You're gonna fall in a pit full. What are those creatures from D&D that like...
Rust monster.
Yeah, rut monsters. Yeah, I'm gonna just drop him in a room with like 6 of them that don't have teeth. They're not gonna hurt him, but they're gonna destroy his whole inventory. You got a 10?
Yep.
You notice that it seems to be a pattern of comments, that magical gleam, that effect during the consuming of the food. It seems to be happening specifically to people that are commenting that it's the first time they've tried the food in this cart.
What are the comments like? Are they like they know things they shouldn't, or are they like?
It's more like they feel like really good, like the best versions of themselves.
So he spiked the soup?
He's got antidepressant soup.
V, you reach the front of the stand, and from below the hood you hear a voice say, "Soup."
Yes, please.
10 coats.
I'll
For
hand
a
him.
bowl.
I'll take 2. I'll hand him 20 Dakotas.
He'll hand you 2 bowls.
I'll hand 1 to Dare.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
Next.
Thank you, V, but I don't eat this anymore.
I will try it.
I mean, I figured it was magical. You know, you might still get something out of it.
No, I suppose.
Everybody enjoys my fish soup.
I'll take a bite of it. Do I get any taste from it?
Yeah, I mean it's fishy, but if you enjoy seafood, it's good.
Well, I was more referencing like my really dead taste buds. It has to be like a super strong flavor.
It's not as bland as food is normally for you, because it is a pretty strong fishy flavor. But you probably still add some spice if you have some on you.
Yeah. I'll pull
but it's
out
good.
some.
It's good enough to keep eating, though.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah.
We
You made a flavorful soup. That's rare.
when you finish
Sorry,
when you finish eating the bowl of soup, you gain a character point.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even not knowing that, I would get in line.
I'll eat 10 bowls of soup.
Yeah. How much do I need for the next 4 things I want to buy?
Do you eat yours, Dare?
Yeah, I would see if I can.
I mean, you can consume it. It doesn't provide you sustenance, but it does provide you with a character point if you eat it all.
For sure.
Soup.
Yes, please. It has gotten rave reviews.
tender coats
Yeah,
for
I'll
a
dig out.
bowl of soup.
I'll dig out 8 goats. 10 goats with her.
He'll hand you a bowl of soup. And when you consume it, because you've never consumed the fish soup before, you gain a character point. And each of you are feeling this wave of like positive energy running through you. It does feel like when you finish the bowl, like you're like the best version you felt of yourself in a long time.
Wow, impressive.
You should learn how to make that soup.
Secret family recipe. Soup.
I will pull out a little flask because I made 4 different things, and one of them was a fortified mind potion, and it was just a low quality one. But I will give him one. I'll say something of my own family recipe. I'll give him like a little thing of fortified mind coffee.
A gaunt, weirdly moist hand comes out and grabs it and pulls it back into his coat.
I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. Next.
Is this guy a fish? I think this guy's a fish.
I'm pretty sure this guy's a fucking fish. Serving us fish.
Next.
Max will say, so, how is it? How do you feel? No nausea or?
Max is like, how'd the 3 experiments go before I try this shit?
It was really fishy, but it was. I feel better about myself, you know? I don't know if it's the extra arms or if it's the fish stew. But there's something going on tonight. It's a good night.
Yes, Doctor, you concur?
Well, it doesn't seem like it's bad for you, at the very least. I feel quite good at it. I'm not saying something considering I don't normally partake in this kind of food.
Well, I would feel a little more confident if either of you had something resembling a human digestive system, but I suppose there's nothing for it. And he'll get in line.
Hey, my digestive system is all human. It's just not living human.
Soup.
Yes,
Well,
I would say
to
it.
be specific, it's for humans.
At least that we know of.
Soup.
Yes, somehow that's not entirely comforting. And when Max gets to the front of the line, he'll pull out tender coats and say, "Yes. What type of fish did you say this was?"
Soup.
Oh, I've never heard of that kind.
He'll hand you the bowl.
Yes, well, thank you kindly, I'm sure.
Enjoy the bowl of soup. Max,
Should try
can you
some
just
soup, Car.
Max, when you eat the soup, can you describe to us really quick how the best version of yourself feels? Because I'm really just curious, honestly. I feel like you're already a pretty confident guy.
Max will be very tentative at first, and just sort of take a very slight sip, and then sort of think about it for a bit, and say, bit salty for my taste. Almost like clams, perhaps? That's not the consistency. He'll take another bite. And eventually he'll make it through the soup and say, well, I've had better soup, but, it's funny. This gets me thinking of a trick. I've never thought to involve soup in my act before. He'll start jotting down notes in his pocketbook.
Next time we have an act for you, you gotta include something with soup now, man.
The Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That doesn't have tender coats. So. That was Car just watching everybody buy soup.
I only have DeMarcs left. I used all of my Dakotas to buy the
it.
2 bowls.
That was like the most expensive street food I've bought in this campaign by far. So
I'm gonna say 10 to goats for a bowl of soup is crazy.
yeah, like the eel that you guys usually buy is like a couple DeMarcs. So
Mm-hmm. Hey,
charge it
I'll definitely pay 10 Dakotas for a character point.
You buy him.
Or-
You buy him some soup, Dare.
Yeah.
Buy them.
Can I have some soup?
Yeah, Dare just bought you a bowl. Of
Okay.
soup.
He walks up and grabs it, and like nods at the doctor in response, and
Enjoy the soup.
thank you. And he drinks the soup.
You gain 1 character point. What does the best version of Car feel like?
I feel extraordinary. Like I could hit all the children in this entire place.
I think we may have made the mistake.
Well, this episode can't go on YouTube.
Putting a disclaimer at the front of it. We don't know this guy. That's going to be the disclaimer. I think we made a mistake. That was so great. That was such a good response. Yeah. You guys finish eating at the Fisherman's Hut. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before you head into the Magisterium?
Not unless I see any more doves.
You have not seen any more doves in this direct area.
If you muted again, Ant. Yeah, I know it's frustrating as fuck, dude. I bet. Fuck.
Dude, I don't understand why that's happening.
It's the driver or something, because it's just when I just have to click it again. And it turns
Weird.
on.
I wonder if there's like a button that's... I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
I'll work on it.
What were you going to say? What did we miss? We want to know.
What was the last thing you said when you thought you were audible?
Oh.
No,
Fucking... Okay.
Car's just yeah, he
All right. Well, before we go in, you'll feel like a stick kind of like go in front of you and stop you, and Phil stops you and kind of gets close down to your ear and say, "Not that I think we would or anything, but since our little adventure in the upper city, we are probably on radar."
That's what was Car. That was what I was asking. If
When
Car is
we are on the street, can you I think are the best at putting eyes on people who do not want to be seen.
Yeah. So, was Car also noticing the doves?
Yeah.
Yeah. When Phil tells him that, he's going to try and if I can track a dove back, if it flies off, I'm just going to dart off.
You want to try to see where the doves are coming from?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Because the
I'll
rest-
finish. I'll say, when we come back out, you should see if we are being followed. We created quite a stir, and we got away. But we should be cautious. I, too, will take a look out.
Yeah. He just nods at Phil and then kind of disappears into the crowd.
Oh, well, I didn't mean right now, but I guess right now. He definitely meant after we come out of the Magisterium, but
It's okay. He wants the side quest next session.
that's fair. That's fair.
Anything else before you guys head into the Magisterium? As we slowly pan back, the rest of you head up the steps, and with the blink of an eye, leaping through the shadows, Cartin finds himself grappled up to the nearest rooftop, chasing after the dove. And as one by one, each of you slips into the Magisterium, Dare, you can't help but feel a twinge on the back of your neck. And when you turn and you look where the oil lanterns off the door are striking into the shadows, you see those sets of eyes watching you. That's where we're going to end our session for the night. And next time we play, some of you will chat with some mages, and Carr will chase a dove and see where it goes.
Hell yeah.
Sorry about my mic, but that was a sick ass session.
That fish guy is just, that's gonna haunt my nightmares. Jesus Christ.
I was like, this guy's just serving us his family that he murdered earlier, you know?
Are we eating him?
Think
That'd
of
be
the character
crazy.
points.
Think of the character points.
For the character
Don't think of the
points, yeah.
details. Think of the character points. Yes, each of you gained a character point for the session, and each of you got an extra character point this session because you ate the fishman's fish soup.
Hell yeah.